So, earlier, like I was thinking, I was questioning. So, we have fractals, right? And the way I see it, I've got two analogies that I like to use. I mentioned these before in my other videos, but we have the oversoul in the mirror. So like you have a big mirror, you smash it, there's all the pieces of the mirror. They're all our fractals, and our fractals might be living other lifetimes as other people. So you've got me as Anya, there might be a Barbara over there might be a John over there doing the thing. Every part of my soul is living different, my chair's squeaking, different experiences and reporting that back to the oversoul. And then there might be like different versions of me living other extra dimensional beings, like, higher timelines, not just restricted to the third dimensional timeline that we've been living in. It could have been on many timelines. But then I got to thinking, right, do you know when they say, because obviously your past lives aren't past life, they're more like parallel lives because they're just happening right now, just a different version of you. So then, do you know when they say that you say I walk out my street and I choose to go left instead of right, then there's a version of me that gets created that went left, right, the other way. And that continues to play out in another parallel dimensional plane. So then I was wondering, like, is that a part of our fractals in the same way that, like, the parallel lives are and the past lives, whatever we want to call them? Is that the same thing? And I was like, well, no, it can't be, because there's not as much of an energetic resonance. There's not as much of like a connection or like a connection to the emotions there. And so I was talking then to Honey, me and Honey was talking, and I was feeling like it feels like a shadow, like a remnants, and that's exactly what Honey said. It's an echo, and I thought it was a great word for it. She said it's an echo, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. It's like a shadow, an echo, a leftover, a memory of that pathway, and now it's about integrating them shadows, them echoes back to the oversoul, like that energy source, so that we're not having like any energetic shit going on elsewhere, so we're like calling it all back home. So then when we're integrating fractals, I integrate through the higher self. So I allow my higher self to integrate what aspects of my other selves need integrating, and to remove any lower frequencies, trauma and pain, and then to filter down into the human body any knowledge and wisdom that I need to receive from that integration. But then I was like, well, do I need to integrate these echo selves? And I got that they needed to be integrated back to the oversoul through the higher self, but not back through my human body. So that was interesting. So because the echo is almost like an NPC, it's just such low remnants, but I don't like to use that reference because it's not an NPC, it's a part of us, but just such a small percentage part of us in that echo, if that makes sense. And then just on the last note, when we're in dream state, we might also be like returning back to our higher self, which we do a lot, but like there may be like an astral realm that we visit often to do missions. I have a place I go all the time, and it looks like a place near me, but then it's different. Like it's similar but different, it's just it's quite different in the energy places and the way things look. But I go there often, and I really wake up feeling drained from there. I once woke up from there and I, honestly, I did not even know who I was in this body. I had to like lay there a few minutes like, oh yeah, that's my name. So that if that's happening to you, just know you're probably returning to your astral realm and doing your missions in your kind of original energetic body. And it can feel quite hard to come back into the human body after those missions because it's quite restrictive. So yeah, that might be a thing too. But definitely the echoes is what I've taken from this. The echoes are not the same as the parallel lifetimes. The echoes are just like an echo, little small fractal, small, tiny, teeny percentage of our fractal in this human body. That's how I perceive it. And that's how I perceive it with honey. And also, like, our parallel past lives have parts of that mirror parts of the oversoul, whereas the echoes don't. They have just a small percentage of our remnant energy. So we do need to be calling the echoes back to the higher self so that they can be integrated into the oversoul, so that we're not stuck in any trauma loops from those echoes. I hope that makes sense. Peace.